The Supreme Court has more power than the President of the United States, so
It's scary.
yeah, it's terrifying, and we should all be scared.
What's going on today? We're going to be talking to entrepreneurs in the streets of Miami. My name is Michael Barayev, and we're here to inspire the youth. So if you have not yet seen any of these questions, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, and you'll see some amazing footage with us asking questions to the people in the streets of Miami and getting some amazing answers. So let's go, baby. Let's get some questions answered.
Being unemployed,
What happened?
just COVID and all that.
So if you don't mind me asking, what happened in your situation that kind of made it so stressful?
It was hard to find a new job.
And what do you do?
Wealth management.
So wealth management was very difficult to find a job.
Yeah, a lot of competition, and COVID made things tougher.
So let me ask you this. Someone's going through a tough situation, right? They just lost their job, they're feeding their family. What would you tell them to kind of get them in the right mindset?
Learn from experience, keep trying, and just do whatever you can to make yourself stand out versus your competition. Because one thing is to look for jobs, and another is to get a job, and you're competing with a lot of people, especially now in Miami. A lot of people are coming here, so there's a lot of competition. So believe in yourself and learn from your mistakes and just keep going. I think you gotta be smart, but you also gotta have emotional intelligence, right? You gotta know how to deal with people, you gotta know how to deal with stress, you gotta know how to manage a lot of moving pieces. And at the end of the day, it's not just 9 to 5. It's sometimes you gotta put in your hours, and eventually it'll pay off.
What do you do for work?
I run a brokerage firm.
Awesome. How did you get into the brokerage industry?
To be honest, it was unexpected. I was an athlete, and I just kind of had a good friend of mine that was killing it and just dragged me into it.
So what do you love about your industry so far?
The fact that I actually make people's business better. I make their dreams come true. I actually get them what they're looking for. I connect, I network. It just shows me that you can make so much money and you don't have to be the smartest guy. There's so many people I talk to that you realize that they're an expert at what they do and they make tons of money. At the end of the day, it's just consistent, and they found their niche and they found what works for them. And I realized, I'm like, damn, ain't nothing special about this guy, in the sense of like, if he can do it, so can you. Some people are interested in being successful and some people are obsessed with being successful. It's how bad you want it. You know, God helps those who help themselves. Surround yourself with the right people and you'll get where you want to go. Just have direction, be clear. You know, make sure you're high frequency, because your frequency is what you frequently see. So whatever you're around, whatever you see is what it's gonna be, you know? So how you see yourself inward is how you see your life.
Do you think that being a woman is harder in this job market?
Absolutely.
Why is that?
In most industries, people think that women are dumb and they're just not capable and they're never gonna measure up to what a man can do.
So what advantage do you think women have over men in the marketplace?
I mean, if you're pretty, you get away with a lot of stuff. Beauty does play a role, I think.
What about the unfortunate women? I know you're not part of that group, but the unfortunate ones that are not so pretty, what happens then?
It's an unfair world, unfortunately.
Let's say you had a friend who was going through that situation. What would you tell her?
I think I'd tell her, you know, she needs to realize that this is the market we live in and she's gotta do something about it. Like, go to the gym, lose some weight, take care of yourself. A healthy body is a longer life. But right now we live in a world where we're all body positive when we aren't healthy, so.
I love that. What's going on so far? We had some amazing questions and amazing answers, as you guys have seen. We still got some more coming in. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, click the little notification bell so you know every single week we come at you with value videos and value content. Let's go!
There were a lot of decisions offered last week by the Supreme Court that are very problematic. The role of justice is to be unbiased and look at the facts of the situation rather than offer their political opinions. And right now in this country, the Supreme Court's very political, and that's heading in the wrong direction. That's not what the role of the justice system should be. The Supreme Court has more power than the President of the United States, so
It's scary.
yeah, it's terrifying, and we should all be scared.
I love that. So can you give us an example for those that don't watch that stuff too much of? What is the one thing they just did in the past couple of weeks that you say, damn, like why did they do that?
Abortion rights, gay rights, a lot of discrimination happening. They're taking away women's rights. They're taking away, you know, rights of the LGBTQ community, and this is where we are in the most progressive country in the world, which is horrendous.
What will you do when your first day when you pass the bar exam and you're a lawyer that first year? What will you focus on?
Advocating for those that can't advocate for themselves, and I want to focus on criminal law, so getting defendants the right to have themselves represented. The laws in this country are absolutely insane. Getting people sent to prison for nonviolent crimes for decades, that should not be happening.
What's been the toughest thing about getting into sales and software sales?
Cold call.
How many cold cold calls you make?
Between 15 and 20 a week.
People that are doing door-to-door sales or business-to-business sales, what are 3 tips you would give them to get increased sales in their business?
You have to find the opening line, and my opening line when I walk through the door like this is I say, hey, I'm Daniel from the IRS. The first thing they do is they start laughing. So then when they go to get their boss, what are they doing? They're laughing. So now the boss comes out smiling. He wants to talk to me, and then there's engagement.
I mean, you look like an IRS guy.
Can I see a W-2?
Yes, sir.
And then just you have to find the niche and what they need. You have to find the pain point and what they're failing at in the business, and then just show how your tool can fit into that category. And you have to be an expert in your field.
Like someone starting out the first month or two, how do they become an expert? They're so brand new.
Well, you have to know the product and the process, right? So me being in the industry, I was a technician, parts and service director for many years, so I knew where the pain points were. So I just found out how the software fit in the pain point.
Like most people, I wanted to work, and have a car, have a girlfriend, and a home, but I didn't dedicate myself to a long-term profession, a long-term goal. They were always short, and I didn't have the staying power. As I got older, I realized that was wrong, that I should have stuck with it, with things to its culmination.
So let me ask you a question. These are a lot of young people watching this channel right now. What would you tell them so they don't make that same mistake?
Find out what your destiny is, and then stay, build, continue building, even if you go part-time, but get to the end. Whether it takes you 8 years or 10 years, but get to the finish line.
So always focus to get to the finish line.
Exactly. Run your race to get to the finish line.
And for someone that actually is in the middle of the finish line, they want to give up and quit, what would you tell them?
Don't stay out there too long. Get back in the race.
What is the toughest part about being an entrepreneur in the software industry?
Well, I think a lot of people don't value software enough because it's not a physical thing that you buy. So sometimes it's hard to sell software because people don't want to pay for it.
So how do you sell the software to people that actually don't see the value? Like, how do you make them see the value?
With enough experience in that specific field, you can kind of guide them into saying what are the needs that they have and how do you compensate for those needs with using the software solution.
Is there a lot of money in SaaS sales or no?
Yeah, 100%.
So you're basically selling a software to companies, or do you actually provide a service with that?
Both.
How did you come up with that idea?
I worked for a software company and I saw the need, and then I just went ahead and took that idea and ran with it, and it's been working out.
I love it. So you did what Mark Zuckerberg did. You stole an idea from Elon. Just kidding. So
I wish.
As you guys can see, we have some amazing questions with some amazing answers from the streets of Miami. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel so far, do me a favor, share this video and subscribe to the channel. We appreciate you guys a lot, and we'll see you guys in the next video.